y'all, it's Fortune Frankly and welcome to Fortune Frankly Fridays, where we do DIY home decor and organization videos. Today we're going to be framing photography, specifically my photography. We're going to be doing 3 projects in this video. The first one is a basic kind of framing to make your photos look a little more profesh, a little more gallery ready. And the second one, I decided to make an extra large Polaroid frame. Basically, that's what it is. And the third one is a bonus project. It is a surprise. You have to wait and see. I mean, what else are you doing during quarantine anyway? I'm not judging. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder right now, and it seems like I look very 60s. Like, we have the hair going, the mock turtleneck, and some graphic liner. It's like a mod style, for real. I didn't even plan this. I just planned the colors because we're matching our picture frames today. Before we get into these videos, you can follow me on Instagram. My username is fortune_frankly, and let's get into the video. For this first project, we're going to be making a border for our photography in the frame. You'll need a poster board, picture frame, your pictures, mine are rolled up here in this poster tube, a ruler, pencil, scissors, and this is optional, but some command strips or something to hold up your picture frame. Starting with our picture frame, this is a 16 by 20 Bluebell frame from IKEA, and it was $6. And I'm just measuring my photography in the frame before I take everything out. And now for the photography. I went on a couple of walks in the Bay Area where I live and took some pictures of things that I thought looked pretty nice and could serve as home decor. I got these printed out at CVS in a 12 by 18 size. CVS has great deals on pictures, like printing pictures out. You can always find a coupon code and a discount, and they come out very nice. I also made sure to get these in a matte finish. Starting with our poster board, we're just going to take that glass, or in this case plastic, square or rectangle we got from our picture frame, and we're just going to trace it out. I'm going to align them with the corner so I only have 2 sides to worry about. I traced this in pencil first, but I realized it was harder to see, so because I'm super nice, I traced it out in marker. So when you finish, you should end up with a 16 by 20 sized rectangle. Now we're going to be making our rectangle that goes inside the rectangle, like the smaller rectangle. I'm just pasting my photo print on the inside to measure it out. I did make this 12 by 18, the same size as the photo, but I suggest you make it at least an inch smaller. So in hindsight, I would have made this an 11 by 17. You want the inside of your frame to overlap a little bit with the actual photo. And now we're just going to cut out both rectangles. I couldn't find my craft knife. I lost it. Mom, if you're listening, you can send me a new one. It would have been easier to use the craft knife, but I just decided to cut it out with scissors. But you can definitely use a paper cutter, a craft knife, a box cutter, whatever you have on hand to make sure your lines come out super straight. I'm going to remove the plastic from the plastic and put the plastic inside the wood. That's not plastic. I'm just going to put my photo inside, place the back on. I did have to adjust this a lot, but if you make your inner rectangle smaller, you should have an easier time. And this is how it came out. For the second frame, we're going to be making a Polaroid picture frame. We want this to look as if it's a huge Polaroid picture. Wow, I'm having trouble. For this project, we're going to be using the same materials except for the picture frame, and we'll be using the shiny side of the poster. I'm just kind of measuring out how big I want my frame to be and how big I want the opening in the frame to be. So I learned my lesson from that first project, and I outlined where my photo ended, where the edges were, and then I made a rectangle that was 1/2 inch smaller than my photo on all 4 sides. Now I'm just cutting out the inside of the rectangle. Now the key to making this frame realistic is to get the proportions right. So I figured that this was too long to be realistic looking, like an actual Polaroid photo. So I cut it down a little bit, and I eventually cut the sides and the top too. You want the top and the sides to be the same width, but you want the bottom to be a little bit longer, almost twice as long. I taped my photo to the back of the frame so that it could be both removable and I could see where my photo is ending up in the frame. I ended up going back and cutting down the sides. I still felt they were a little too chunky to be an actual Polaroid size, dimension, proportion. So I ended up making the sides and the top 1.5 inches wide. The bottom portion of the rectangle ended up being about 5 inches wide. You want to clean up your edges, make everything look really nice and sharp, and hang it up. And now for the bonus project. I'm not going to be framing any pictures, but I'll be framing something else. You'll see. I had an extra frame that actually had some damage to the plastic glass part of it, so I decided to just use the frame for something else. And I'm going to keep the plastic for another project that you'll see coming soon. I'm just removing the metal parts from the back of the frame. We don't want that scratching any walls. Flipping the frame over, I just wanted to give this a little bit of color, some interest, because it was pretty plain. So I'm just taping off some areas, and I'm gonna paint over some of these shapes that I made. There was no rhyme or reason to this. It was super random. I didn't want this to look super perfect, and you'll see with the paint, it's not looking perfect at all. Just protecting the table, and we're just going to use some spray paint. This is the Blossom White spray paint from Rust-Oleum. I was not precise with this spray paint at all, but I really like the way it turned out. I initially got this idea from a blog post I saw on crystaldesantos.com. I will leave it linked below. She did a really nice ornate frame. We don't have that, so we're just gonna work with what we got. Now we're gonna be making what is gonna go inside our frames. We're just gonna use some jute cord and cut out 6 strips. We're going to be making 2 rows of things, and we'll need 3 strips for each row. Taking 3 of those strips, I'm going to just tie a knot on one end, and we're going to tape it down to the table and create a braid. Now you can use one strip individually, but I just wanted this to be a little bit thicker to support what we're going to put in. You'll see, stick to the end. We're going to set fire to the rope like Adele sung. I'm sure those were the lyrics. And now we have 2, voila. Cute hair extensions, yes, work. Now you can paint this jute cord in another color. I decided to leave it natural because I kind of like the way that it looks against the frame. And we're just going to glue this to the back, kind of making them equidistant from each other. Big words. We're using big words. AP English come through. And there you have it, a glasses holder frame thing. Looks so cute. I love it. All three of these were just super simple to do, and of course they're super customizable, so you can make it look however you want. If you're feeling lucky, you can like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And if you're not feeling lucky, I'm so sorry, but I hope to see you again in the future. And I hope everyone is staying safe out there, even as things start to open up. Just proceed with caution. And as always, thanks for watching.